What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Savvy, and welcome back to the Savvy Show. And before we get started, just gotta let you guys know your boy's running on E, man. I'm running on E. Last weekend took a lot out of me, so hopefully I still bring the same amount of energy and you guys are still excited for this SCP reaction. And also, I hope you guys all had a great weekend. And if you guys have any fun plans coming up, let me know in the comment section below. Love to hear what the family's going to be doing. But with that being said, today we got a special animation from TheRubber called Eyes on Hand, SCP-3470. Looks kind of cool. Not too sure if it'll be scary. Hopefully, y'all know the vibe for me. I hope all of them are scary, but we can't pick and choose, man. So with that being said, I hope this is going to be a good one. Good animation. It's TheRubber, so you know, gotta cross our fingers. But I'm sure it's going to be hot. So with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this reaction, please remember to smash that like button. Also smash the sub button, and also hit that bell so you can stay plugged for each and every upload. And without any further ado, there's nothing left to be said. Let's get this show started. Alrighty, SCP-3470, Eyes on Hand.
Viewer discretion is advised. Being a police officer for nearly 10 years, James has experienced the worst the job can offer. One day, he was assigned to investigate an area with a partner. It was just a simple investigation. A couple people went missing in the vicinity, but something about the case unsettled him deeply. Why were the cars still running while empty? It's a densely forested area. Where could the passengers have gone to? What lurks within the forest? It was a long and dark night. It had been 4 hours. James and his partner were investigating the case on road.
James has a big old head. God damn. Literally looks like a full moon. Like shit. What the hell?
Suddenly, a vintage-looking car sped up from behind and caught up to them. They couldn't see the driver's face, even though James shone his flashlight on the car.
Is it smoky?
Before they could do anything, the driver extended his hand out through the window. It turned, and on it, there were two human eyes staring right at them. James had seen it all, or so he thought. And at that moment, he knew he couldn't have been more wrong. Hello, everybody.
Damn.
I'm TheRubber. Today, we bring you a SCP Foundation Euclid class object, SCP-3470.
What's up, Rubber?
SCP-3470, also known as Harry Potter's Revenge, is a predatory organism.
This is a Harry Potter SCP, pretty much? Or a Harry Potter theme SCP? What the heck? They're coming out the woodworks with this one. I had no idea.
SCP-3470, also known as Harry Potter's Revenge, is a predatory organism that relies on mimicry in its hunts and its prey, humans.
What?
3470 specifically mimic the appearance of cars of vintage model, with a driver whose face is obscured by the perpetually fogged windshield. When hunting prey, it will extend the driver's left hand and make driving signals. On its palm, there are two human eyes embedded on it, and they appear to react and operate the same way as normal human eyes.
Wow.
3470 is a nocturnal hunter. It patrols roadways and its territory, which overlaps part of Cibola National Forest in New Mexico, in search of solitary cars. Once it identifies a prey, it will catch up to them, pass them, and then force them to slow down and stop with hand gestures.
What the heck?
Before it attacks, 3470 will rotate the hand so its prey can see its palm, as well as the eyes embedded on them.
And what's the reason for that?
It is still unclear what purpose the eyes serve in hunting their prey. That is as far as the Foundation knows about its hunting behavior. As for its method of attack and consumption of prey, remain a mystery.
What? We don't know how it's going to eat the prey? Come on now. That would be so interesting because it legit looks like a car, so it would be kind of funny seeing it trying to eat a human or another car, who knows. Bruh.
There were reports of empty automobiles with engines still running and the passengers were nowhere to be found. All these reports share two things in common. The same tire tracks were mentioned, and there were blue specks of paint on trees surrounding the missing person's cars.
Wow.
Two police officers were dispatched to the area for investigation and disappeared in a similar manner. However, at the time of their disappearance, they were still in radio contact with other officers.
I wonder if the part of this SCP that has the hand and the humanoid shape, does that disappear? because I thought it might be just attached to the SCP. You know, kind of like those anglerfishes where, you know, they lure the prey in and maybe the hands lure them in. Who knows? I don't know. And then, you know, they consume. But these cars are empty without that humanoid creature in it. So it's kind of interesting. Where did that part of this SCP go?
And the description of 3470 has caught the Foundation's attention, especially the hand of the driver. And thus an investigation was conducted by the Foundation. 2 D-Class personnel, dubbed D01 and D13,
They look like
were
they can't be
assigned to
bothered.
investigate 3470.
Figured.
They were dispatched at dusk in an off-road vehicle to attract the attention of
Okay.
3470.
It's a nice whip.
The mission was to look for 3470, and once it appears, shoot it with piercing rounds, which were modified to include GPS beacon so it can be tracked. It was getting dark fast as they cruised along the road. Soon, they observed a car's lights in the distance.
There you go.
As they moved closer, the car changed its direction so that it was driving along the same road as them.
Sketchy.
Follow that vehicle. Get closer to it. D13, get ready to shoot the vehicle if necessary, said Command.
Roger that.
They accelerated to catch up to the unidentified vehicle, which in turn appeared to be slowing down. As it got closer, the D-Class's vehicle headlights illuminated the vehicle properly.
Where's the
It
humanoid
was a
part?
turquoise-color car of a vintage model. Upon quick inspection, they couldn't find the license plate or any means of identification aside from the car's model and color.
Wow.
Through the apparently foggy interior of the car, they could only see that there was only the driver in it.
Okay.
Suddenly, the car stopped abruptly about 20 meters away
Come
from
on,
the
eat
D-Class,
these guys. I wanna
forcing
see.
them to brake sharply. Whoa, what the? Learn how to drive, man, he yelled. A hand extended from the driver's side of the car and made a stop hand gesture. Little too late for that now, isn't it? And slowly,
What?
the hand rotated and showed a pair of human eyes on
Start
the palm.
shooting.
They darted around and blinked once, then shifted its attention to the D-Class.
Why aren't they shooting?
That's the anomaly. Tag it. But before D13 could point his rifle at the car, it began to reverse, leaving D01 no choice but to reverse as well. D13
Oh my
leaned out of the
God.
window and took shots at the anomaly, but the bumpiness of the road severely affected his aim. All the while, 3470's hand remained outside the car window, making a stop hand gesture, the eyes fixed intently on the D-Class. With the mission held with the utmost importance, the command ordered D01 to slow down so D13 could hit the anomaly.
Okay.
No way I'm slowing
might
down.
get hit.
I'm not about to let it catch up to us and find out what the hell it's gonna do to us, yelled D01 as he stepped on the pedal with all his might. Eventually, after some time of pursuit, D13 managed to hit 3470 twice.
Just twice? This whole time? Wow. I mean, it must be some excessive bumping, or this dude's not a marksman, bruh.
The anomaly emitted a loud screeching sound like a car performing an emergency brake
Whoa.
and slowed down. D01 did not, however. And soon, 3470's lights slowly faded into the distance and
You should have shot a little bit more before you dipped. I would have put at least a few more rounds in it.
disappeared completely from view. After that, having accomplished their mission, the D-Class drove back to the base without a scratch, and conversation as well. The investigation did not end there, as D13 proved to be a decent marksman. He had successfully tagged 3470 with the GPS beacon, which allowed the MTF Lambda 12 to track it to its nest. Its
I mean, he got the job done, I guess. It only takes, 2 or at least 1 bullet to track, so makes sense.
pattern of movement suggested that 3470 only comes out at night, as the beacon stayed consistently at the same location while the sun was up. Soon, a 6-man Lambda 12 team was dispatched to investigate the nest. The nest was a small cave in a forest near where D01 and D13 encountered
A
3470.
cave?
They set up near the nest and monitored the beacon signal. As the sun set, the beacon moves away from the location of the cave. 3470 was out for a hunt.
Bruh.
They moved towards the cave quickly.
Eat someone.
While L5 and L6 remained on watch outside, the rest of the team proceeded into the cave. The interior of the cave smelled like feces and diesel,
Ew.
unpleasant smells that hinted at biological and industrial activities, and maybe the anomaly's diet. As they advanced, L3 accidentally stepped into a scat pile. Although disgusted, he shone his flashlight on the pile. Among the dark black goopy mess, several
bones?
small white fragments were poking out of it.
They're bones.
They realized that those were in fact human bones. What's more, they have also found a police badge among the bones.
Oh my god.
The team advanced deeper and deeper into the cave, until finally they came upon a clutch of eggs. They could see a four-legged organism trying to wriggle in the eggs through its translucent shells. They collected the half of the egg, and half of them were incinerated by L1 with his flamethrower.
I wonder if they're taking the shape of a car, and they don't look like the car when they're, you know, just little babies. Because I'm assuming they don't really look like little car babies. I want to see what they actually look like before they shapeshift to a car. Or maybe they just evolve to a car when they reach adulthood. Like, they look like a car. Who knows?
As they were leaving, 3470 came into view and blocked the entrance at the exit of the cave. L1 anxiously contacted Command, but received no reply. In front of them, 3470 was revving its engine furiously, as if it was preparing to run into them in full speed. At that moment, the anomaly's hand appeared from the driver's side window, and its eyes blinked repeatedly at the squad. L3 immediately emptied his rifle's magazine at the hand, and one of the tranquilizer darts found its mark. And
how is he missing so much? The car is not even moving. Bro, these guys are not marksmen. I'm just being honest. There's no way. Might be nitpicking, but yo, this car is not moving. How are you missing so much?
Immediately emptied his rifle's magazine at the hand.
He emptied the magazine, and he still...
And one of the tranquilizer darts found its mark.
Just one.
And hit 3407 squarely in its right eye. The dart must have caused intense pain to the anomaly, as it made an ear-piercing screeching sound and then reversed out of the cave. As the squad exited the cave, L5 and L6 were missing.
Uh-oh.
Not a single trace of them were found anywhere near the location.
What happened to him?
But before they returned to base, the team realized something. Wasn't 3470 supposed to be, turquoise, right? That one was black. That could mean one thing. Either 3470 was able to mimic and change its color, and potentially the model of car, or even different objects, or that there were more than just one entity of 3470.
Oh my god.
Or maybe both.
I think it's both. I want to know what they look like before they actually shapeshift into cars or any other automotive vehicle, you know? It'll be interesting, but that is the animation. If you guys enjoyed it, if you guys enjoyed this reaction, please remember to smash that like button. This was an interesting SCP. It seems like the type Dr. Bob would cover, like similar to like the bus SCP. And which one was it? The one that was in Nevada? That's basically like a warehouse, but it's like a monster. Oh god, that was a good one too. But yeah, it seems like something up his alley. He might cover it in the future, who knows. However, with that being said, that concludes today's reaction. If you guys enjoyed it, please remember to smash that like button, smash the sub button, and hit that bell so you can stay plugged for each and every upload. And unfortunately, that concludes today's episode. However, I'll catch you guys on the next one.